things in Modesto here. What have you done for my community, or how have you been involved with the community of Modesto?
Honestly, I haven't.
Then why should you hire?
I think I'd be a good asset to the Modesto Fire Department. I know that with the upcoming desire to be all ALS, that the paramedic experience for the last 4 years that I have working in busy systems, working with Manteca Ambulance and with Stockton AMR, that I could be a real asset on the engine, helping the community, but also in taking the next step to making all the engines in the city ALS.
So as a probationary firefighter, you're going to take on that whole project of making all the engine companies ALS.
If it's a responsibility the department is willing to give me, I'd gladly take it.
Okay. Okay. Take your time and think about it. Give me a strength that you have, and give me a weakness that you have.
I think one of my biggest strengths that could be an asset to the Modesto Fire Department, like I spoke about earlier, is the ALS experience that I have. Being able and having worked in busy systems like Stockton and in Manteca, I've had a lot of experience that's given me some good opportunities that I think would be qualified as a good strength. I think my biggest weakness at this point would probably be the fact that I'm not bilingual. I know that the city of Modesto has a big Hispanic population, so to be able to speak Spanish would be a great asset to myself and to my crew. I think the way in which I can remedy that currently is I know my family and we actually all just got Rosetta Stone, so to be able to learn Spanish is up there on the priority list.
All right.
All right. Define diversity.
In a professional mindset, the definition of diversity that I would give is being able to go from running a medical call and doing patient care to putting on my turnouts and going and running a structure fire, and the next moment having to respond to a hazmat or a confined space incident. I think that's the best way to define diversity in the fire department.
Okay.
No, you're fine.
Are you on currently any other hiring lists?
I have applications in with other departments, but
Like where?
at this point I think I put in an application with San Rafael Fire Department, and I know I'm on the FCTC list, as you know, because you pulled from that. But those are the only Modesto Fire Department and the San Rafael Fire Department, the only departments I'm currently testing with.
Santa Fe's a pretty big department. It's a lot bigger than what we have. We see a lot more stuff, more big city type stuff. If we hire you and Santa Fe comes knocking on the door, how do I know you're going to stay with me?
The Central Valley is always where I've lived. It's always where I've wanted to live. My family lives here. To be able to stay and work here locally is the desire that I've had for my life.
All right. Good.
Yeah.
Two-part question. What's our mission statement?
I couldn't recite it for you.
Okay. Also, what have you done to prepare yourself for the job?
I think that I've been preparing for the job of being a firefighter since I was young. I grew up in a firefighter household. My dad's been a firefighter, and he's currently a captain with the city of Tracy and has been with the fire department since 1997. I personally started as a fire cadet with Liberty Fire District at the age of 15. And during high school went through my EMT program, got my EMT certification, and then immediately went out of high school to Modesto Junior College's Fire Academy. Since then, I was a reserve with Escalon Fire Department for a number of years prior to going through paramedic school. And during that time, I also worked at Manteca District Ambulance. I think that.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, our fire department, what our motto is?
Yes, but I couldn't recite it to you right now.
Okay.
Okay, you arrive at work and open your locker to get dressed in your Class B uniform badge shirt for morning's roll call. While looking in your locker, Engineer Smith, with 20 years on the job, says to you, "I had to borrow your shirt. I forgot mine today, and we have battalion inspections." "Sorry, bro," as he walks off. What are you gonna do?
He's wearing my entire shirt and badge and...
He's wearing your
name.
shirt.
Do I have an extra shirt? Does he have it?
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Hope that he's joking with me first.
He's not joking. He's wearing your shirt and you have uniform inspections in 3 minutes. Battalion chief's on his way.
Politely ask him for my shirt back. As much of a team player as I want to be, it's just as much his responsibility for his uniform as it is my responsibility for my uniform. And I think that me not being in uniform, especially as a probationary firefighter, is not a good thing by any means. So I politely ask him for my shirt back so that I can be ready for uniform inspections.
Okay.
You proceed to get directions from your company officer to gather the ventilation tools and proceed up the ladder to perform a vertical ventilation. You feel the roof is unsafe. How do you proceed?
I let my company officer at the bottom of the ladder know that I believe the roof is unsafe and I don't think we should get on the roof.
Your company officer says, "I don't care what you think, get up on the roof."
I think in the fire service, I know it's important, and in many walks of life, it's important to follow direct orders, especially when your supervisor is giving them to you. But in a matter of life and death emergency situations, I think if I feel the roof is unsafe and I've done my job of of sounding it and I feel that it's unsafe, I've expressed that I don't think it's safe to get on the roof.
So as a new guy on the job, your captain's a captain for a reason.
Yes, sir.
You're gonna say, "I don't want to go on the roof because I feel it's unsafe." He's got 20 years on the job.
That's given the information that I know about the situation. that's a difficult decision to make, but I think, yeah, I would probably say that no, I'm not going up on the roof. If I see signs saying that structural collapse is going to happen, or that the roof is unsafe and it's sagging, and I feel that it is by sounding it, I'm not going to endanger my life and the life of my crew. So I probably would disobey a direct order.
Anything else you'd like to add to any of it? Go back to any other questions?
No, I know I should have a conclusion for interviews, but I'd rather talk about how the rest of the questions went.
Come up with something.
Even if it's a canned answer.
Come up with something.
Thank you very much for your time. One of the things that I think, as I've mentioned before in my interview, that I think will make me a strong candidate for this position and will make me an asset immediately to the city of Modesto is the ALS experience that I have. I know that the Modesto Fire Department is a hardworking fire department. They have a reputation for being very hardworking and for being very busy. I know that they're accustomed to doing more with less, and I know that I'm excited for the opportunity to help be an asset to the Modesto Fire Department and the community.
Anything else?
Oh, I got plenty here.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.